It is 6 o'clock, so we'll go ahead and get started. Welcome. My name is Sheila Gold. I'm the Assistant Dean of Recruitment and Admissions for the School of Professional Advancement at Tulane. We are thrilled that you all are with us tonight. We know that this is the end of what's been probably a busy day, so we try to be very efficient with our time. These webinars take between 20 and 25 minutes. And then if you have questions, you can drop them in the chat and we can try to address those if they're very specific just to you and not helpful to the general group. I would encourage you to just send me an email after the webinar. I do share my contact information and I'm happy to email and answer any questions that you might have. So let's go ahead and get started. So, a little bit about the School of Professional Advancement. Tulane University is made up of 10 different schools, one of which is the School of Professional Advancement. We are actually the third oldest school at the university, just kind of fun bit of trivia. There was the medical school, then the law school, and then the very first iteration of what is now the School of Professional Advancement. We were founded with the mission that we still have today, which is to offer a Tulane University degree to essentially non-traditional students. So what that translates to today is working adults, folks that go part-time and folks that go online. And so that is what we offer. All of our degrees are designed with workforce placement in mind. So we're hoping that we give you a degree that will give you skills that will help you get hired or move up to the next step in your professional career. So people always ask us, SoPA, where you located? We are on the Uptown campus, the main campus of Tulane University. That is our building. It's the Richardson building. We're located, we have the entire second floor. Our administrative staff, our executive management team, a few faculty members and a few advisors are in that building. The whole admissions team is in the building. And so if you're ever on campus and you want to come and say hi, we would love to see you. Another picture that we like to share with students is our student lounge. We frequently have students who are on campus for classes come in and pop in. They might plop down on a couch and study for a few minutes or just drink a bottle of water, put their feet up. They might use our printers if they need to print something out. That big mural on the wall was actually created by some of our digital design students. That was a project for a class that they did, and we loved it so much that we commissioned them to paint the mural on the wall because we feel like it sort of encapsulates how we feel about our students. We want them at SoPA. You all belong. You're once you're admitted, you're sort of part of the SoPA family and the Tulane family. So we like to let students know that we are not just interested in getting you admitted to Tulane SoPA. We want to see you graduate. When our students come, we feel like we're in partnership and we've made a commitment to help you get across the finish line. So we want to show you what your diploma will look like. It says Tulane University School of Professional Advancement. It will have your name and whatever degree it is that you earned. So for instance, on this one, it's a Bachelor of Science. And I know that we're talking about undergraduate degrees tonight. So you will, while you're at Tulane SoPA, you will have Tulane programs with Tulane faculty and get your Tulane degree. So we'd like to keep the eye on the prize. So a little bit about this webinar tonight. We're going to talk a little bit about our faculty and some differentiating factors that we feel like we can offer to prospective students that might be different from other schools or programs that you're either looking at or have attended. I want to share a couple differences that I also think are differentiators about our learning experience and things that we've heard from current and past students that they feel like made SoPA special. We'll talk a little bit about how we support students all the way from this moment, this webinar, through towards getting that diploma that we just showed you. And then we'll talk a little bit about the application process and some tuition discounts that we offer. So, a little bit about our faculty. Our faculty are what we call professors of practice. And that means that our faculty all either currently work in or have worked in the field in which they teach. So, our students are learning from practitioners, they're learning from folks who have current skills in the field that you want to graduate in and eventually work in. So, our faculty are not just educators, but they're also really good professional resources. So, we really like this quote from Amanda Fennell, who is one of our professors of practice for our IT program. And she says, as a cybersecurity leader, I feel it's vital to prepare our professionals, which is you all, the students, through practical experience, which is why I incorporate my day job into my classes at night. And that really is the best way to describe the student experience with the professors. So you're going to be learning from people who are doing the work during the day and come in and give you all that experience. So when they give you assignments, they're giving you assignments that are very much going to look like what you're going to have to do in the workforce. So when it comes time to graduating and interviewing for a job, you could be like, "Oh, I know exactly what it is that you're looking for. We actually did that exercise in class," or "I actually had to work up a model for this." You might even have a portfolio of information that you can bring to a job interview. So, tonight we're here to talk about our undergraduate programs, and we have three different ways that you can reach your goals. We have full bachelor's degrees, and those are all listed out in front of you in the black print. We have professional certificates, which are certificates that are between 4 and 6 classes in a very specific area of study. And then what we have a few, and those are in the blue. And then we have a few of what we call post baccalaureate certificates. And those are a little bit of a different creature in the sense that in order to be qualified and admitted for a post baccalaureate certificate, you already need a bachelor's degree. But this is additional specific information that you'll be studying that is still at the undergraduate level, not at the graduate level. So, the three post baccalaureate certificates that we offer are graphic design, interactive design, and paralegal studies. All the rest of these, you do not need a bachelor's degree in order to apply and be admitted for these. So, our areas of study that we have are business and leadership, emergency and security studies, general legal, humanities and social sciences, IT, information technology, kinesiology, which is like our health and wellness and exercise science, and then our media and design programs. So, we feel like our learning experience at SoPA is a little bit different from what you may have experienced at other places. Our undergraduate programs are a combination of both on ground and online programs. Courses, I should say. So you can create some flexibility for yourself. If you're somebody who's like, I want to sit in a classroom, I like the brick and mortar, kind of come to a building, you can certainly sign up for many classes like that. Most of our students like a combination. They like to be able to take a couple classes in person, but then they certainly like to take classes that are online to offer themselves some flexibility so that they can go home, maybe feed their family, finish up work a little bit later, take a class from their house, not have to drive anywhere, maybe be in, comfy pajamas while you're taking the class. So we offer you that hybrid flexibility for what will work with your schedule. If you prefer mostly online classes, you can take almost all of your classes at the bachelor's level online, but you certainly do not have to. Um, we also like to offer our classes in sort of a fun, interactive way that will help students who have different learning styles. So, not everybody likes to, read a chapter in a book and write a 3 to 5 page paper. There certainly will be some of that. But we also have faculty who like to be very creative in their approach. So, for instance, we have several faculty members that have created lessons that are in the metaverse. So you will be presented with some sort of scenario that you need to solve and kind of work through. You'll create an avatar for yourself within that scenario, work through different possibilities, produce a solution, and submit that to be graded. And so that's a very fun, interactive, experiential way to work through the curriculum. Another thing that our faculty do, for instance, that's a little bit different than just sort of reading and posting on a discussion board, let's say, is they will have several of their lessons recorded as a podcast. So you can listen to, 15 minutes of your weekly lesson on the way to work. You can listen to 20 minutes on the way back. You can listen to another 30 minutes of it while you're folding clothes or cooking dinner, whatever it might be. And so, especially for folks who are auditory learners, that's a great way to interact with the curriculum. So, they try to make it very varied, very experiential. There's group projects so that you can work together. You'll get to know other students in your class, you get to know your faculty. We do like to create a sense of community and have students have a network at the end of the courses too. So you'll find that it's very interactive and engaging as opposed to just like kind of, reading chapters in a book and writing a paper. Okay, so another differentiator that I like students to think about is we are very committed to wrapping our students in support so that you can be successful. Right now, we're talking about the admissions process, and that's my part of the experience, and I love this part of the experience. But it's not where it ends. It's actually just the very beginning. So once you're admitted and you become a student, you will have two different advisors. You'll have an academic advisor and you'll have a faculty advisor. Your academic advisor is there to help you pick which classes you need to take, help you know which order you need to take the classes in. If you're finding that you signed up for 3 classes and maybe you want to drop down to 2 classes, they can help you do that. If you need to take the summer semester off because of, travel or family commitments, they can help you do that and then reactivate you for the next semester. Like, they help you sort of navigate the mechanics. Your faculty advisor is going to be a faculty member, like we talked about, who has expertise in the field that you're studying and can help be more of like a mentor for you. So if you're going through your curriculum and you take a class that you absolutely love, that you had no idea that you were going to absolutely love, you could go to your faculty member and say, you know what, my interest is really peaked in this certain area. I hadn't had much exposure to it. What if I want to explore a job in this area? Or what if I want to take more classes in this area? Or do you know anybody who works in this area that I can talk to about like what their career journey has been? They can help you with all of that and help make professional connections and say, oh, if you're interested in doing this, you may want to look into these different types of careers. We also have our own dedicated career advisor that only works with our students. She does not work with any other students at Tulane. She can help you with your LinkedIn page, with your resume. If you have a job interview, she can do like a practice interview with you and ask you some questions and give you some feedback on your answers so that you can get really smooth with your presentation. There are also quite a few companies across the country that know the quality of Tulane graduates and know our programs and will send job postings to our career advisor before the postings go live on like an Indeed. And so she will push those out to students. So you'll be able, we only get them maybe a day or two before they go national, but still you'll be able to get like a bite at the apple a little bit more quickly and get your application in before lots of other people start applying. So definitely use our career advisor as a resource. So one of the ways that we try to work with students is if you have any sort of undergraduate academic experience at another school and you want to transfer credits over to us, We work with students to really, we can transfer up to 60 credits, which is like half of a bachelor's degree. And we give some incentives for you to do this. So, the full bachelor's degree, if you haven't had any experience, is about $74,000, a little bit more. Um, if you transfer 60 credits, so let's say you have your first 2 years under your belt, that is a savings. We will try and transfer as many of those credits as possible. That's a savings of almost half. We also will offer you a $1,500 transfer scholarships for any amount of credits that you transfer. Even if you just transfer one class, you'll get the $1,500 transfer scholarship. And then we also offer, if you get admitted and enroll by an early date, and I will share those dates at the end of this webinar, you automatically get a $200 discount off your first semester of tuition. So we really do work with students, especially transfer students, to try and give you a savings and help you speed up your time towards graduation. Next slide. Okay, another way that we try to work with students is we have a program called Credit for Prior Learning. And you can get credit for up to 8 courses at SoPA if you can demonstrate to the faculty member who's in charge for Credit for Prior Learning that you don't need to take a course because you already have the knowledge that course is going to teach you. You can actually provide a portfolio and they'll work with you on what that is. And if you can demonstrate that you have all the knowledge that is on the syllabus objectives, you will get credit for that class. And you can do that, like I said, up to 8 classes. So that is a way to really save time and money towards graduation. So as you move through your bachelor's degree, if there's ever a course where you're like, I don't really need to take that, I've been working in that field professionally, or maybe I was in the military and I, have experience for this, or maybe I've been a nonprofit leader and I don't need to take a certain nonprofit class, you can go ahead and exercise this option. And many of our students do, and it helps speed up time and save you money. Okay, a little bit, because I know everybody, I remember being a student, everybody thinks about affordability. So our undergraduate tuition rate is $1,926 per course. All of our courses are 3 credit hours. There are a few that are 4 credit hours. So keep an eye out for those, but there's very few. One of the things that I really want to point out to you is we cap our fees per semester at $150. We do not have excessive fees. So keep that in mind when you're comparing us versus other schools that you might be looking at. Always ask how much are the fees on top of tuition, because many schools, once you add on the fees, it ends up doubling the tuition rate. And we go out of our way not to do that. So we do like to point that out to students. We also have lots of different ways that we try to like deduct here and there. Like I said, there's the $1,500 transfer scholarship. There's the $200 early registration scholarship if you're a member of Phi Theta Kappa. There's a $3,000 gap scholarship that we can offer you. And then we have several different populations of students that can receive a 20% tuition discount. So hopefully, I'm going to read them off. Hopefully, all of you will fall into one of these categories. If you're active duty, military, or a veteran, if you're an alumni of Tulane, or if you're an alumni of an HBCU or minority serving institution, if you are active or retired public safety personnel, like a firefighter, paramedic, police officer, if you are an active member of PTK Honor Society, if you're a K through 12 teacher, if you are a New Orleans area public employee, if you work for the parish, or if you're an adult over 60. So hopefully you all fall into every one of those categories and can receive the 20% discount. Next slide, please. So a little bit about our application process. We have an online application. If you go to our website, sopa.tulane.edu, there's a button at the top that says apply. Just click that button. You'll be asked to either submit the undergraduate or graduate application. Pick undergraduate since that's the webinar that you're on. And then it's pretty straightforward from there. There are a couple of things that we are going to require you to submit. We will need a copy of a government issued ID. For most people, you can take your phone and just take a picture of your driver's license and upload that. We will need transcripts from any school where you've received college credit. Those can be sent by US mail or electronically. We encourage electronic transmission. They come to us very quickly, and transcripts generally don't get lost that way. Sometimes in the mail, they do get lost. We do not require any standardized tests. We also require a $40 application fee. However, as a thank you for attending this webinar, especially in the evening after a long day, we will waive that fee for you. If you have already applied and submitted your application and paid that fee, please email me afterwards and I can refund the fee. It's a very quick and easy thing to do. So I encourage everybody, if you've already paid it, just let me know. I'd be happy to do it. So our final piece of information is that our application deadlines we are currently accepting applications for summer term. That application deadline is May 1. However, we do rolling admissions. So if you apply now for summer, get admitted and register for classes before April 25th, you will receive the $200 discount off your first semester of tuition. If you're interested in applying for fall, that deadline is August 1st, but it's the same thing. You can submit your application now. And if you are admitted, you can register for classes. And if you register before July 15th, you will receive the $200 discount. If you're really ahead of the curve and you're interested in applying for next spring, which is next January, that application deadline is January 1 with a December 1 early enrollment deadline. So that is really the nuts and bolts. Like I said, we're between 20 and 25 minutes and it's 22 minutes. So that's pretty much the time frame. My contact information is on the screen, sgold@tulane.edu. There is a phone number. I'm much easier to reach by email. So please email me and I'm happy to answer any questions that you have. Or if you need me to refund your application fee, please email me about that too. So with that being said, I don't see any follow-up questions. I am very appreciative of you all spending your time this afternoon, early evening with us. We hope to see everybody's application very soon and be welcoming you as students to Tulane. So thank you very much, everyone, and have a great night.
Thank you so much. Have a good night.
Thank you.